Hello, my name is Liam, but my channel name is Quacker Stacker. I had an old account called Quacker Stacker on my old phone, but I got a new phone, and I couldn't sign into my account because YouTube's pretty stupid, and they didn't allow my password in for some reason. I wrote my password down. It was the same password that I entered. And I didn't write it down wrong, so I remember it. My account wasn't that old. It was only like a year old, and I remember copying everything down. And anyway, you probably know how that goes. But what I do, I love to duck hunt. Absolutely love it. Love it to death. I'd rather kill ducks than do a bunch of other boring stuff, but I hunt, fish. I'm just your outdoorsy person. If you don't like that, cool, move on, I guess. But if this isn't the first time you're seeing my channel, this isn't the first time you're seeing me, I just told you why, but but if this is the first time, listen up, because I love duck calls, I love goose calls, and I suck at it. So, and I like to put it on YouTube and make it known. So, just telling you what I like to do, and I got my two calls right here. This one is a Buck Gardner double cross acrylic. The label's wearing off on it, as you can see. But I put a cut down reed in it with a cork. Well, I should say a cut down reed and cork in it. So like a cut down kit thing. And I'm not very smart when it comes to this type of stuff, obviously. But I flipped the reed around, so now it's like that, and as you can see, it gets skinny towards the cork area. But as you can see, that's not a cut down call. Do not put cut down reeds in a cut down call, or do not put cut down reeds in a J-frame call. It will not sound good. Fair warning. But I've been tuning this thing for days and days now, trying to get it to where it can somewhat call in ducks, and it's working slowly. But I'll give you a little rundown on it, just a few little notes I can do. So, this was a double reed. But of course, no, it's not. That's my tuning. Not very good. But now on to my goose call. If you already know my channel and you're just here for this video, you know the story of my goose call. But if you don't, I'm gonna tell you right now. So listen up. This is my power calls frequency. It's a molded polycarbonate acrylic call. So it's molded two combinations together. But a lot of things have happened to this goose call. This came out in 2015 or 2016. I can't remember. But it's not that old. But it's got an acrylic gut system in it with a regular Mylar reed, and this reed is actually a CNS custom calls reed. It's not a power calls reed, and it's working all right for me. I just got new reeds for it because I split the original reed that's in it. But the story behind this little thing is back like 2 years ago, I was on a fishing trip with me and my dad, and another buddy of mine. And he was packing up, getting ready to leave, and my dad looks on the ground before he steps in the truck, and he's like, there's a duck call on the ground. And he looks at me, and he's like, well, go out and get it. And I was like, oh. And at the time, you know, I had an interest in it. I had an interest in duck hunting, but, you know, I never really got into it because nobody really I knew liked to duck hunt. So, except one buddy of mine that really just, we just never talked about it. But, you know, anyway, I go out and grab it, and we hop in the truck. We start fadoodling away, and he's like, my dad goes, well, are you going to blow it? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, just, and, you know, I'm not a germaphobe, but it's a little weird putting your mouth on a call that somebody's probably used. Plus, it was all dirty and crap, so I was like, all right. So I go like that, and I go, and I'm like, hold up here. What in tarnation? I was so confused. I was just blinded by the confusion. Lo and behold, I start tooting around on it, and until my dad is finally like, okay, shut up. And I was like, okay. So we get back to my buddy's house, right? And I look up YouTube videos, and I look at the band here. It says Power Calls, and then I look on the bottom part here. It says Frequency. So I was like, Power Calls Frequency. Oh, here's a video on it. You know, and then this dude, I think his name is Kyle Jones. He works at Power Calls. Good guy, good bunch of guys at Power Calls. If you don't know, check them out. They're pretty cool, but they make good calls. But Kyle's talking about it, and it shows like a graphic of like the call going apart and the gut system opening up, and it's all like 3D and crap. And I'm like, huh? I'm so confused. Like, never seen any of this before in my life. And then here it is. I'm looking at it for the first time. And then he starts to blow on it. And he's doing, you know, clucks, double clucks, spit clucks, and, you know, regular sounds that a goose call can make. And I'm like, it's a goose call. But why does it... And I was so used to goose flutes. Like, a year earlier, prior to that, me and my buddy, the same buddy that I talked about that liked duck hunting, we were out scouting for ducks, and he said, or no, he didn't say anything. I look on the ground, and here's this camo looking, I thought it was like some sort of bong that you used to smoke weed with, and I was like, what is that? And I look down and pick it up, and Eric's like, that's his name, Eric. And Eric's like, it's a goose call. And I'm like, it's a goose call? And he picks it up, and he starts blowing on it. And if you don't know goose flute, you just puff your cheeks, and the reed breaks over for you. Well, he does that, and I was like, I didn't even know that you can make a goose call that'd sound like that. That'd sound that realistic. And I was just like, hold up here. Hold the door. What? Do that again? And, you know, and at that time, like I said, I was just dumbfounded that, you know, they make goose and duck calls like that. But, you know, fast forward to my buddy's house, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do what he did. I'm trying to puff my cheeks, you know, and nothing's working. It's just sounding like this. And it obviously didn't break over then because the reed was a lot more stiff, but, and this doesn't matter, but my buddy's dad walks outside, and he's like, I'm going to shove that thing so far up your asshole if you don't shut up right now. And I was like, okay. And, like, we were done. We were done for the day. So, we head to my house and start tooting on it. And we're in my room. We're pissed. We're making my mom mad. Sorry, I'm trying to cut back on my swearing. We're making my mom mad, so we go outside, and it's dark out. We're still trying to figure this thing out. So I was like, okay, we'll sleep on it. So next day, I look up videos. How to blow a goose call. The infamous, how many words is that? How to blow a goose call. The infamous 6 words. Everybody looks up on YouTube. And everybody was explaining the tongue thing and how you have to anchor it behind your bottom teeth and bring it up to your mouth. So I was trying that, and it sounded like... And I thought I had it. So I start making videos and sending it to my dad, and he's like, this is that call. It's a goose call. My dad sends back a laughing emoji, and he says, sounds good. And I'm like, shut up. So over the course of that time, I was still figuring it out. And on my old account, my old YouTube account, I make a video, how to blow a goose call, ... for beginners. And I explain the tongue thing, and that same day, I figured out that when you anchor your tongue behind your bottom teeth, like this, and you curl your tongue so it kind of looks like this, and then you push it up, it makes things a whole lot easier. And then you put a little bit of voice into that, and then you get your honk and your cluck. And that's the base for your whole goose note. Every goose note there is. That'll be your base. Double clucks, triple clucks, even spit clucks. That's your basis. And I figured it out. And I was like, all right, let's spend some time on this. So I spent every day up until duck season figuring out just, your cluck, honk, and moan. Or no, cluck, moan, honk. And I thought the moan was the murmur. Yeah, I thought the moan was the murmur back then. So when I made that video and I explained the moan, all I did was, you just got to put voice into it and keep your tongue at the bottom of your mouth and just hum. And the reed was breaking over. I had a butt garter, polycarbonate, and I was just, not my style now. But the reed was breaking over bad, and it'd sound like, but it didn't sound that good, I tell you that. But that was just the first video I made. And then the honk I did was, and I only used one hand. I didn't even use this hand. So it sounded like, so I was still calling a goose, but yeah, that's basically how this all started. And my dad figured that if I bought a brand new goose call, he'd keep this one because he found it. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And I didn't even look at how much this was. And okay, you already know that I found it. So let me tell you the cost. You go on PowerCall's website right now. I don't know when you're watching this, but right now, at this very moment that I'm making this video, it will say PowerCall's frequency, ATI, 100, yes, you heard that right, 170, it's either 179 or $189. I can't remember now, but it's probably $189. And at that time, it was $169. And that was 2 years ago. So, you know. And that was before duck season, so. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of the story of this, but later on in my YouTube, this new channel here, I'll create videos like my goose calling progress. I probably won't do a competition video just because I'm not very good at hail call interruption, hail calls and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll probably just post like progress, how-tos. I'll do a better how to honk. I'll do the video separate so it's not one long 36-minute video. So I'll do honk, moan, murmur, spit note, triple clock. I had all those on my other channel, so I gotta catch up now, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's my that's kind of how things got here. So hope you enjoyed. Oh, by the way, my new phone is a iPhone 13 something. 13 something. It's pretty cool. And I talked to the guy at USL. That's a plan I'm using. I was like, I have a YouTube channel. Ding. You know, it's got the 2 cameras. It's got the 2 cameras on it, so things will be better, hopefully. Better video quality. Oh, also, I love to drink this stuff. Don't drink too much. You'll get a heart attack and die. I'm not kidding. That's why I'm cutting back on it. I used to drink a lot of that. There's 170 calories in 1 can. So, I drank half a 24-pack in under 2 hours once. Never again. Never again. Serious, you gotta watch that. So, anyway, that's kind of the video that, this is kind of the video that's saying I'm back. I'm not dead. But, if you liked it, like I said, it's my first video on this channel, so if you like duck hunting and how to on calls and cleaning and all that sorts of stuff, I'm probably not the best one to go to. I'll give you that, but I put that stuff out there. So, yeah. Have a good day, and have a good morning, night, whatever. But I'll see you in the next video.